Okay, so this is my first walkthrough, so let's see how this goes. And if you have any suggestions for my future walkthroughs, let me know in the comments. So let's begin. This is SimCity 2000 on the PlayStation 3. So, yeah. It's a fun game, about 2 years out of date though. So, let's take a look around our city town map before we do anything. Okay, pretty hilly. I want nice flat land like this with some hills, because I like having my power plants up one layer higher than my city, so right next to water, so I can get good stuff, but not this huge body of water, because then hurricane could blow in and totally demolish my entire town. So we will fix that by, even though a hurricane can't come from like one square of this. Come on. It also leaves room for a road to get across over here too if we need to. So yeah, that's that. Let's zoom out, see a bigger view. That's good, yeah. We also don't want it to be too flat, because if it is, then tornadoes will destroy us. So what shall we name our city? Kiddoberg, how about that? And Kiddoberg. Should it be Kiddosburg or Kiddoberg? Okay, that's good. I have never tried anything besides easy, because it's gonna be pretty hard, and I'm not very good at this. I'm not the best at this game anyways. So last time I did this, I started with 1900. That was pretty bad. I couldn't do that, but let's try that. Everything's brighter on your screen than it is on mine, so if I miss something, it's probably not my fault. So where was that part of the... in order to move, you need to have an item selected. So where... here it is. Yeah, here it is. Plus we're right next to our neighbor, so if we need to branch off, we can easily. So, power plant. In the 1900s, you only have 3, and as time goes on, other people invent things, and you have the best, I believe, you can do is fusion power, which gives you like 3,000 megawatts or something. But coal power is usually the best to start off with. Unless you have tons of waterfall spaces, then hydropower is good. What? Yay, I'm founded. I already know that. So I'm still not used to the controls that well, so please tell me there's room up here. There is not. Darn it. Which one is more expensive, the raising or the leveling? 25 and 25, so they're even. And nice, good area. And power plant. Coal power, yes. And for some reason it says 0 citizens, but whenever I see that, I think of, I don't need to build one, but I should, because it's 0 citizens. So roads. I found this design online from a person that I will mention later on, since I forget the name of him right now. So, design can be as long as you need it to be. I just like it being that long. But but in the walkthrough it said you can only build houses or anything 3 away from the road, or else people won't reach them. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There. So this area right here, this is 3 away from that road, and this is 3 away from that road. So that's the maximum you can have, is that. So I'm just going to build all the way up to here. And then light residential and heavy residential. The heavy residential has more crime, but its land is worth more and you get more population out of it. So if you up the taxes, that will get really good. But I like to start off with light because you can save some money. And if you were playing on hard, it would be better off to start with light. So, and then light industrial. When I first played this, I thought industrial was a bad thing. That's why I made a little. But then I realized, then watching the walkthrough, I found out that, right there, that industrial is, you actually need a lot of that because that's what the citizens go to work with. So, hold on. So, speed. Let's take this down to paused. Okay, it's paused. So that I can set this up. I just learned something else today while playing this earlier before I started this. So, since this is on PlayStation 3, when I go to the help menu, when it tells you that you can check on how old your power plants are, press shift and cancel. I couldn't do that since this is on the PlayStation 3 and those are the computer controls. So I was wondering how to check on my stuff. So now I know how that happens, and it's triangle is shift and circle is cancel. So I can triangle, circle, triangle, circle, and it puts this up and you can see what it looks like. It has a maximum of 50 years, and after 50 years passes, it blows up and you need some other source of power, or else all the people in your city will leave and you will have no power. So it's at 0 years right now, and the time's not going by because it's paused, and it's running 0 at its capacity because it has nothing to put its electricity into yet, but it will very soon, very, very soon. And let's zoom in, and you can have a bigger view of the town. I always like playing it out bigger though, so that I don't have to move around so much. I don't get is why they use this, that part of it, the pad with the 4 buttons and not the joystick. The joystick is easier to move around with. But this is an old game, so... And it wasn't meant for the PlayStation 3, it was meant for the computer. I always have that right there to mess me up. Okay, so... let's do this. Level this down so I have some room. Then if you do build any commercial at all, it's better to, even so, let's see if, crap, I forgot I can't check on that unless I build some. Okay, anyways, so if the dense everything is more crime than the light ones. So this has low crime, that has medium crime. Low crime, medium crime. Low crime, medium crime. It's just as simple as that, and it's better to have light, but you don't get as much tax money from them, so that's why you need a whole bunch of them, and they're pretty dirt cheap too. Industrial goes right next to it. No, not there. What's really bad is when you're playing on hard, which means you have a 12 grand bond, and then your power plant explodes before time because it caught on fire. That just really sucks. And then you have to somehow find the money to get that, and people will just move out because they don't have any power, and you won't get any money at all. So there. Then I'm not one who likes rails a whole bunch, because I just don't think rails are good. Oh, and one thing that I found out is fire departments don't need access to the road, which is weird. That'll be low commercial, and over here will be more residential and very, very light industrial, because I believe you need more residential, just slightly more residential than industrial, so I'm not sure though, so we'll have to find out. Okay, so low commercial. And residential, that's what I need. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay. I am going to make this side, the residential, lower than the industrial, just because I'm going to have a lot more residential over here, and a little less industrial, so. And eventually this industrial will grow into bigger industrial, and it'll be a lot more than just small work, and I'll get a lot more money. And so time for telephone wires. And the power from this will reach over to this, same over here and here. But I do indeed need to go over here into the commercial with some. Okay, so now I'm pretty sure we can move this up to cheetah speed. And, oh, no, before we do that, I need to put taxes all the way down to 0 so that they will move in quicker and start building quicker. Now we can move up to cheetah. It's harder to play on the PlayStation 3 than it is to. So just wait here and we can, there, oh, they're already building. That's how fast they build when you have the speed up at cheetah and 0 taxes. Industrial always builds first. They're the quickest. But we do in fact need these water pumps. And if they are by water, they collect double the water, so. Whoa, it's super far. That's going to be a pain to build all those pipes and wires over here. What the heck? Whoa. I'm not even sure if that was the water that we were next to earlier. Like, where's our city? It's up here, so is the water down here? No. Pretty sure we built the city in the wrong place then. So, what the heck? Oh well. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to build the city over here. No. Where was that spot that I made in the... Whatever. Now let's try to find my city again. Here. Yeah. Well, at least we have some buildings ready by now, so we will. I still don't get why. Oh, it's above us. My bad. That proves that I don't pay good attention. Yep, it's right there. All because I changed the angle. And right there, okay. That just makes it a whole lot easier. So right there, we have the power of 8 water pumps. But since we're by water, it doubles the 4 into the 8. So That's why I try to build a whole lot of it. My other world, I had to make my own pond because I couldn't find any water nowhere near my city, so. Plus, these things need power, so I am going to take some power from over here, and I will put it over here. These now all need to be connected. These two right here are right next to each other, so those are connected. So. I like that electrocuting sound when you put it down. So this should be going by quicker than it is. So we'll just have to wait. Alright, see you guys later when the city's... Okay, so we are back. We've got most of our population, and since it was taking so long, I added a couple new things. As you can see right here, you can see the water jugs here, water things. And so now, oh, and also I have some piping. Should be all running. Yes, it should. As it should. And I'm not sure if these over here have power. Yes, they do. And I also built some fire department and a police department. So that's I've had a couple more houses here because I accidentally built one more over than I should have over here. But I got power restored to these so that they now pump more water than they even did before. And another thing that I noticed was that trees stop crime. Well, trees reduce crime. They don't stop it completely. But yeah, so I found that out on the walkthrough too because some guys, the guy said, oh, and by the way, the guy's name is, his YouTube thing is Malkapishka, or however you pronounce that. However you pronounce that. So, I have my commercial, which is basically just city stuff, and my over here where I make my money because they go to work, but right now I'm not taxing them anything to do that. So let's see. So let's check what I have now. So I have, if I keep this up, my year-end treasury will be 7,195. So if I do want to make some money, I'll just put up the taxes. And I'll put them up to maximum, and at the end of the year, I will switch it back down to 0 and I will collect my money. You get a lot more money on the computer than you do in real life, so. So, I'm not sure if it does it on the PlayStation 3, but if they do not want to if they don't want to pay the taxes, they will start abandoning the houses like I'm pretty sure I just saw over here. And they will go dark and they will be vacant. Okay, so in January, I will have collected my money, so, and I'll just keep doing that for the year thing. And they do not demand anything. They were demanding police department and fire department, so I built that. Yep, they're going vacant. They don't like the taxes, they're going vacant. Oh, right there, going vacant. Yep, they're leaving. They are leaving. Well, it's almost July, so I'm in June. No, not June. January. Gosh. In January, I will lower it. Actually, I'm just gonna wait till most of the houses are vacant, and then I'll. December, they will have Christmas soon. Whenever. Oh, just turned December. Okay. So right now they're having Christmas in a bunch of empty homes with little money, so probably not getting too much. And you don't even get any changes in weather even, which is weird. But yeah, apparently you can get a hurricane just from the smallest amount of puddle. Like that can create a gigantic hurricane. That can create a bigger one, of course. But even just one square, like if it was just that one square right there, that would create a massive hurricane, which is weird. Oh, yep, look. Abandonness. That's even a word. So, sorry if the camera's a little shaky. What do you need to get this? As you can see up here in my population, it's decreasing because they're leaving. Yep, decreasing. Okay, I think they've had enough torture for now. And I will drop it down to 3. Okay. And if I still start to lose my population, then I will drop it down to 0. I'm still losing it. Still losing the population. Even if you have no power in the houses, if you make it free, they will come back into the houses with no power. And that is just because it's free. So, if I do want them to still come, now where is it? What? I still want them to pay me money. I can go, not over here. I can go here, and then I go here. No. I used to know how to get to this, now I don't. Yeah, see, they're moving back in. Yeah, we're getting some. Now, what in the world? Oh, here it is. And I can even make them pay more because I can make them choose. I can make them choose if they want to stay here and pay a little more money. Tourism. Yes, I will make that go up. Tourists will pay for stuff. Electronics. Make that 7. Food. Let's make that 8. No, not 9. 8. Make everything at least 7. And this way I will make a little more money. So, construction, you guys need to pay for that. Pay me. Automotive. That'll be gas or whatever. Yeah, I'll make that 8. High like it is in real life. I don't know what the heck this is, but when I first played it was at 7. So, the finances, those will be an 8. The highest I will usually go is 10, so. Lowest I will go is 3. So, yeah, I have that. And everything's about where it should be, I believe. So, if this keeps up, how much money will I have at the end of the year? Less than I do now. No wonder they're not coming in so quickly. They're still at 3. Boom this up to 20 again. And you know what? Police, since there's not a lot of crime, I will cut you down to 20. Okay. So it's at an all-time low. There hasn't been so much fire. So I will cut you down to 35. No, 45. I'll do 45. Right there. Okay. So if I keep this up, I will still not have a lot. I'll cut this down. Yeah, I'll do that. Medical, I don't have anything right now, so. There's, abandoned their houses. Oh, and by the way, I have this over here is my neighbor, Little Rogue, or whatever, Happy Land. It sounds a little like Pacific Playland from Zombieland. Land. Old Boots. Oxtail has the most population. Earlier this had the most population when I checked. So, let's see how poor my city's doing. Some people really stick around for, even with these outrageous taxes. You know what? I'm gonna build some more residential stuff. More taxes. Which means more money for me, which means I can indeed do some more stuff. So, people will actually build their houses even when they have 20, when they're not even built. Even when the houses aren't even built. That's crazy to me. I would just immediately stop paying rent if it was that high. Which, if you're really talking about money, would probably be a whole stinking lot. Like $100. I'm over exaggerating here, but like $100 an hour for living there, probably. If there was indeed that high of taxes, I would dramatically just stop. I believe I will make a little more commercial area. Just a little bit more. Being as how we don't need it too much. Yeah, one of the cities that I built, I made everything just commercial, commercial, commercial. It failed dramatically. It just crashed. I couldn't even keep my city afloat for, like, by afloat I mean running correctly and working and stuff. I couldn't even keep it functioning for more than like 15 minutes, so it really sucked. Industrial up here. Just waiting for someone to invent something. I mean, in 1974, the windmill is going to be built, so the wind-powered, this stuff here, but this, and then right here is gas, and then nuclear, and then wind power? Yeah, wind power. And then down here is solar power, microwave power, and then 9th is fusion power, which is, gosh, it's expensive. Okay, people are still around for those high taxes. If I keep this up, I will have about $200 more. I don't understand how I get so little money. Yeah, I'll have right here. So right here, year-end estimate, I will have about $224, which is right down here, which makes sense, so I think, ish. But down here, it says estimate of 157, which makes more sense because if you think about it, math make it have a little more sense. It's October, 3 more months, and then I'll have my money, and then I'll lower it back down to 0 and see how little money I've gotten. And I can also see my cities there, up the roads. You can see the blue is the commercial, the green is the residential, and the yellow is the industry. And I have collected my money. Now time to lower it back down to 0 because I will not have any money, well, besides the 86 that I gained. Okay. So this stuff here will be being built soon. And let's see. Okay, and the piping will get watered in this area here. Ooh, already being built. Right there, that means someone is building. That was fast. If I am to build a dock, I would want it to be right here. Would I? Yeah, I want the more populated area to come here. I'll make it that big. Okay. Which was still expensive. Really expensive. Now I need some power down here. There. So that means I will start building that once I get power into these. So, okay, so this has been around for 8 years now. 8 years, yep. Working at 36 of its capacity. So that's doing good, I think. So I just really need... I don't understand how you're supposed to get this stuff. Oh, when there's a fire, you click that and then you deploy it. Well, if there's a crime, you would do that. But if there was a fire, you need to click that and then put it right inside the fire and it'll put out the fire. What's this for? I don't know how to build these. Well, like, when you run out of room in here, do you need to build these to hold more room for them, I believe? Not sure if that's how it works, but I can guess, right? I am allowed to guess. And now this, oh, yep, see, my dock is being built right there. It's still not done being built because that area right there needs to stretch out into the ocean and be built. So road. I need to build a road coming from here. Yeah, I'll make it here. No. So, sorry if I'm being so quiet. I'm like focused on the game right now. There we go. Now the tourists, when they come, they can join over here. And pretty soon I should be able to build a highway, right? Because they like should be needing to get around more often, shouldn't they? And you can't go that far on the roads. You need highways to go long distances, so. And these are gas stations, I believe, or shops, or buses. Yeah, buses. That's the bus depots. So, let me check on this. I can go to schools and see if I need a school. See if it says our city's being stupid, or we need more funding for grade schools. Okay. So let's go over here for a grade school. And should the grade school be over here next to the water towers, or should it be way out in the distance away from the city? I'll make it right there. And it's gonna be saying it needs power, isn't it? Or is it already getting power? But is it getting water? Yes, it is getting water. Yep, it needs power. Nothing else needs power but this. Okay. So, yep, that needs power. Nerp. Here it goes. There's the power. Okay. Soon I'll be getting a lot more population and I can start funding for taxes. Start getting my money because that's basically the only way that I know how to get money in this game is taxing them. Extreme amount of taxes. Will this being continued a bill or not? Gosh, I'm not sure about that. So, yep, they continued to build. Okay, so there, I'm gonna have to be building a college soon because they will be demanding some college. They will indeed. November, I just went an entire year without taxing them. So, right here you can see all the different things. There. And newspaper. Fantastics ambush enemy base again. Traffic horrendous. Mayor rated 55%. Residents are Presidency. What? Surrounded. Daycare boom. High winds. Okay. So let's check on my school, shall we? Annual cost $25. Teachers 20. Capacity 1,500. Students 100. Okay. So grade A+. That's what I'm looking for. They're not demanding anything? Nope. Okay, but I'm still gonna build a hospital just because what city is complete without a hospital? We need a hospital. Let's make the police sound if it's a hospital. Okay, so let's do that. And then I will, okay, it doesn't need power. Okay, so I think I might actually do this in the next episode. Okay, yep. See you later, guys. Bye. See ya next time.